Welcome back. In this video, we are going to talk about few more important concept of streams. In the previous video, we have talked about streams, that streams only work on collection data. But Java 8 people introduced some new concept of streams in which we can process or manipulate primitive data to streams also to some extent. The most commonly used primitive data are int, long, and double. If I wanted to process int primitive data to stream, then one class is introduced and name of that class is int stream to process or manipulate to acquire information from that primitive data. If that primitive data is long or double, then in that scenario I can use long stream class or double stream class. In this video we are going to see how we will use these stream classes to acquire information from primitive data according to our requirement with the help of examples. So let's start. Now what I have done here, I have taken an int array in which I have stored 1 to 10 numbers. Now with the help of a int stream class, I will try to acquire some data, or you can say some required information according to my need with the help of a int stream class. In the previous videos we have said that to use any type of streams method, first of all I have to convert collection data to stream. In the same thing I am going to do here. For use any type of int primitive data type, I have to convert first this array to int stream. So what I have to do for here, first of all I have to write int stream dot of method, and here I am going to pass array number reference. Now after that I can acquire information as per my requirement. Now my requirement is to get minimum number from this array. For that I am going to use min method, and this min method I wanted as a get as int, so I am going to write get as int. Now let's save this process data to a reference. Let's execute the code to see our answer. Now that minimum data from that array it came as 1. Now what if instead of minimum I want maximum? Then I don't have to do anything, just I have to replace min method to max method. I get the maximum number. Now what if I want the total addition of this array? Then in that scenario I am going to use sum method. The addition of this total array values which I have entered is 55. Now what if I want average? In that situation I can use average method. Average most generally written as double, so I am going to write here get value as double. Now what if I want the first value of array which is stored? In that situation I will write here one more method. That method name is dot find first, and I will return as get as int. The first value that it is in the array stored as 1. If you wanted to access a random number, then in that situation you can use dot find any. Right now it is returning the first value. Now one more important method was given in int_stream. That method name is reduce method. Reduce method is generally used to do some sort of arithmetic calculation if you wanted to do during iteration. For example, let's say if I'm going to use reduce, and here I will take two variable a and b, and I want iteration of a plus b, then it will return the value 55. Let's see internally how reduce method works. This is the logic I have entered inside reduced method a plus b. This is the array data stored from where I have to iterate that value, correct? Now how it is going to work? First of all, a variable is indicated as 1 and b value will be indicated as 2. Now addition is going to happen according to my logic, a plus b, and the answer will be 3. 1 plus 2, 3. Now 3 is going to stored at a. You can see it here. Now after that, second iteration is going to happen. A value will be fixed, 1 plus 2, 3, and b is going to iterate the third value. Third value is what? 3. So 3 plus 3, 6. Again 6 is going to stored at a, and again b's value is changed to the next one, that will be 4. Like that it is going to iterate until and unless b reaches at the end of the iteration, that is 10, and the answer will come as 55. Reduce method generally used for arithmetic calculation. For example, right now I have written the logic of a plus b. What if I want the total of a minus b? Give me the result of a minus b. Then I have to remove from plus to minus. Let's execute the code. Minus 53. What if I want multiplication? We got it. So this is how we are going to use reduce method. There are many more methods it is introduced in int_stream. Those methods are hash code, if you wanted to access the hash code. Now what if a reduce method we saw the work of a sum method, all match, any match. It works exactly the same way the way we saw all match, any match we saw in the stream videos. In the stream videos like that, and many other methods are there. Average we already saw. Now in some situation what it will happen, that sometimes we have taken data from primitive. After some sort of a processing, we need to save that processed data to a list. That also we can do here. How we are going to do that? For example, let's say I want even number of this array and I want to save all those even number to a list. So how I am going to do that? First of all, I will call the filter method. Filter method works exactly the same way, the way it works in the stream class. Let's write a filter. I'm going to write here the logic of accessing an even number, n %2 equal to 0. Now I'm going to call box. Boxing and unboxing is the oldest concept of Java. Maybe I will make a completely individual video for boxing and unboxing, but after that I'm going to after completing the whole processing of getting an even number, I will repackage with the help of a collect method. Now let's save the total process to a reference of list integer, and I'm going to write reference name as list details. Now I am going to write the for each loop to see that it stored the exact data, the data we want. Now we have taken a data from primitive and saved to a list, and it processed exactly the way we wanted the data. So there are other methods are also there resides inside int stream. We have seen some methods of examples and other methods like we can check here all match, any match, as double, as long, average method, boxed. We have seen right now the work collect package, collect method, exactly the same. We worked in the streams count method also. We have seen in the work in the previous video of stream. Here also it works in exactly in the same way. Distinct method, equal, filter, find any, find first, flat map, hash code, iterator, limit, map to double. Exactly this type of methods also resides in stream, and it works exactly the same way the way it works in stream class. The only difference between stream and that stream class and int stream, that in int stream only it processes int data, not a collection data. That's it. Now what if instead of int you wanted to work on long? Then you don't have to do anything, just remove this array data to long, and here I'm going to write again long. Now let's remove the rest of the code and let's check what are the methods exist in long class. I've told you if you are using int primitive data, then we need to use to process that we need to use int stream, but if you are using long primitive data, then we need to use long stream. So what I have to do, I write long stream dot of. Here I am going to convert all the long array to long stream. Now let's see the methods inside in long stream class. All the methods are same only: all match, any match, double stream, average, boxed, close, collect, count, distinct. You can see that all the method, and it will work exactly in the same way the way it works on int stream. And if you wanted to see as double stream, then double also works exactly in the same way. There are one or two minute changes are there. See, exactly same, all match, any match, average, close, count, distinct. It will work exactly in the same way the way it works in int stream, long stream. The only difference is in int stream you will work on only int data, in long stream only you will work on long data, in double stream only it will work on double data type, right? Now there is one more important concept we need to speak about. See, in previous Java, before Java 8, we used to use for iteration for loop, right? In int stream there is two methods, range and range closed, they have introduced. for iteration. For let's see the work of those two methods, how we will iterate that. Int stream dot, let's call that method range. Here I'm going to write the start value, and here I'm going to write the end value. Let's say end value is 4, and here I'm going to call for each. Let's execute this code now. Now you can see that all the value iterated from 0, 1 to 3. There is another method is there, range closed. It will also work in the same way. The only difference between range method and range closed is that in range method, if you will write a start value and end value, then it will print, it will iterate values from start to end -1. Let's see that again. Range method. Now I've written start value as 0 and end value as 4. Now what I've told you that in range method it will iterate start value to end value -1. So start value is 0, so it will start going to iterate from 0, and end value -1. So 4 is the end value, -1 3. So it is going to iterate from 0 to 3. You can see that iterated from 0, 1 to 3. Now if I am going to use range close, then range close will iterate from start to end. Start to end. Okay, now this same concept also exists in long stream. See, but in double stream, range close method does not exist. That's because there are uncountable numbers it will come between from one number to another. For example, if I will give 0 to 1, then it will come 0.0, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. So it will be uncountable numbers it will come. That's why range method and range close method does not exist in double stream. So in this video we have seen how we can process primitive data type in streams as per our requirement. I will provide all the code in the GitHub, and GitHub link I will give in the description section. If you do have any type of doubt or feedback, please write it in the comment section. I will try to reply as soon as possible. In this video we have seen different types of primitive types. In the next video we are going to talk about one more important concept of Java 8, that is optional. So stay tuned and keep watching Java 8 tutorials. Thank you.